Hey everyone, and welcome back to Upload the Download. And today we're going to be doing a bit of a exploration-y, thoughts and opinions-y video on iOS 7. Of course, this was just announced by Apple at WWDC 2013. They also announced OS X Mavericks, Mac Pro, which is a tube, and the new MacBook Air, and of course, iTunes Radio. But let's just go back over to iOS 7 and learn more. So when I first saw this, I was a bit confused, to be honest. I read this and it's like, the mobile OS from a whole new perspective. What kind of new perspective are we talking here? Are we talking someone that's just discovered PowerPoint's gradient tool? Apart from the calendar, the stocks, and the compass, they're pretty bland icons, Apple. Let's scroll down. Let's just scroll down and read. Okay. All new design, all new features. See iOS 7 in action. So they've got the control center here, which pops up from the bottom. The notification center, multitasking, which so many people have been complaining about. Depends which side of the fanboy whinge fest you're on. Okay, let's look into this then. We've got iTunes Radio. They've gone into a very transparent, very clinical white, just like YouTube's new layout. It's more of a transparent sort of frosted glass more than anything though. Still, these icons for me just, especially these ones. What are these? Just outlines. We've got the camera here. Now the camera now has a lot of Instagram sort of personality to it, but you can now swipe between modes. Now you've got a square mode. If you're gonna take square photos, you might as well take a full-size photo and then crop it down later. Then we've got Safari. Yeah, so that's the new tab system. And I quite like that. It's very swish. New Siri, of course. They've updated Siri so she sounds a bit better, more intelligent. The Mail app, which has been cleaned up as well. The Weather app. I really like the snow animation in the Weather app. Personally, where I live though, that would never actually get displayed, so. And of course, the Messages app. Let's go up to the design. When something is designed to work beautifully, it tends to look that way too. What? I can't say I totally agree with that. Some of these gradients, like the colors on the video app, that's like one of the default gradient settings that you'd get in like, PowerPoint 98. I would always change that because I hate that combination of color. But that's just me, of course. Like, some people might find this great. I personally do not like the revamp. Simplicity is actually quite complicated. You know what? I've just designed something that's got a lot in it. Maybe I'll just strip it all out and see how it looks. You know, often a lot of designers write that off as being, planned. I'm not saying that obviously Apple didn't plan this, but it's not necessarily as complicated as they seem to make it out to be. Technology should never get in the way of humanity. And look at the animation on that. Whoa, hang on. What did that just say? What did that just say? One sec, I've just got to check this. London sunny. But yeah, I do like what they've done with the Weather app. It creates a sense of dimension. Several, in fact. In regards to what they're saying here about dimension, they now also have, with the home screen, they use accelerometer data from the phone to actually give parallax on the screen. The background moves around so that it distinguishes itself from the icons. Now, I don't know about you, but to me, that potentially seems like a bit of a waste of battery. I don't know how well that would go for battery life, constantly checking the accelerometer data while you're on your home screen, but I can't imagine that would be very efficient. I might be wrong. No detail is just a detail. So this is the new compass, which looks, I don't mind that, that's sleek. I've noticed that they've used the white iPhone too, like in every single screenshot. So if you've got a black iPhone, guys, just bugger off. Everything has been thought through and through. And here they've actually got a little drawing of how they planned out their icons. They drew a grid and then they aligned everything to that grid. I still don't like the gradients. See it for yourself. Take a closer look at the all-new design of the built-in apps in iOS 7. A lot of this looks quite sleek. The icons, however, So we've got here the phone app, which, that's sleek. Don't really mind that at all. I forgot to mention earlier, these dots up the top left corner. At first, when I saw that, I thought it was censoring whatever carrier they were using on the iPhone in the thing, despite the fact these are all 3D renders. I thought that was censoring it out, but it's not. That is the actual signal strength indicator. They've changed it to bowls. So now you don't say I've got 5 bars reception, you've got 4 bowls reception. Mail app, Safari, music, messages, calendar, photos, camera, weather. The photos icon has turned from a colourful sunflower into a colourful flowery looking thing. Clock, maps, videos with the same cyan and like light purple. Reminders, game center, notes, and possibly the 3 worst icons I've ever seen. Now at first when I saw the game center icon on the actual screenshot of iOS 7, I thought, what on earth has that got to do with gaming at all? And then when you go into the app, you see that this is where that icon gets its context. It's got games, so there's like orbs that show the games and challenges and the friends and the whatever that is. It's too white and mixed in with the yellow for me to actually read it. More importantly, what happens if you're super popular and you've got a friends count that's more than 3 digits? Probably the bubble expands and stuff. Newsstand, which has turned from a wooden shelf into a transparent glass sort of thing that uses your wallpaper in the background. iTunes Store. When the iTunes 10 logo came out all that time ago, I honestly didn't think that the iTunes logo could look any worse. It can. The Stocks app, which is one of probably 2 apps that have a good combination of good icon and good interface out of all of the built-in apps. App Store, Passbook, and Compass, good user interface, good icon. Contacts, a very Android-esque calculator, and FaceTime. And finally, let's just skim through the features. Control Center, Notification Center, Multitasking, Camera, Photos, AirDrop, Safari, iTunes Radio, and Siri. So we've got the Control Center, which slides up from the bottom. I think I mentioned it. Toggle switches and so forth. Brightness control, audio control. They've got a built-in torch now. You've got timers, calculator, and camera. Notification Center drops down from the top. Now it's got 3 different sections. It's got today, all, and missed, and you've also got a bit of a weather count here. Multitasking, which, what can I say? Similar style to what we've seen on a certain other mobile platform. A funny thing that a lot of fanboys seem to skip over when they're talking about how Apple's copying Android or whatnot, is that Android is actually open source. So if Apple wanted to, which they would never do because that would be a bit anti-them, if they wanted to, they could put Android on their iPhone, modify the crap out of it, and sell their iPhone. That's what open source is. And if you don't like that, then become Apple. Camera, all the right formats right at your fingertips. iOS 7, blah, 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 blah. Camera, panorama, of course, square photos for whoever can't figure out that there's a crop function on the phone already. I do like the swiping functionality and that to switch between modes. They've got filters now. All the Instagrammers are going to be all over this iOS 7. Photos, life is full of special moments. So is your photo library. Now, here is a feature that iPhones have not actually had as stock for quite a while, the ability to share files. Now they can. This is Apple's version of sharing files. Nearby friends come up in this little list here and you can select photos and send them to people. And if they're not in your contacts, it comes up somewhere else. The new Safari, things out of the way. Unified smart search field. Is it really necessary to call it smart? Oh, then again, I guess Google called theirs the Omnibox. iTunes Radio. Apple was in a very, very long debate with all the record companies trying to get this thing working. So it's interesting to see that they've actually got it going now. So you can go through and just buy a song with one click or listen to stations or so forth. Only available in the US. Well, that just screws that feature up for me. Siri, you're going to like what you hear and see. Start in Siri, stay in Siri. If you have questions, la-di-da-di-da. Even web search results from Bing. From Bing! Apple must seriously hate Google if they're going to Microsoft to use their power average search engine. The App Store, which now can find apps depending on where you're standing on planet Earth. Find my iPhone. And finally, iOS in the car, which is coming in 2014, as it says here. And this is going to be able to plug into some dashboard in your car and you can control it. Okay, now we're staring at what iOS 7 will be compatible with. I think I'm going to end it here. I've been recording for way longer than I had planned on recording. Damn it. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Upload the Download. I will see you all in the next one. Yeah. Stay calm in the comments. Fanboys, piss off. Seriously.